This is the House of Hockey podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Hockey is more than a game, it's a lifestyle. It's you, the diehard supportive fans, your favorite players who are on the team you cheer for, and the organization who supports them.
The companies that make your gear, bags, and beer league sweaters. The hockey moms and hockey dads, and everything else that makes this House of Hockey your home. Come on in. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Rae.
And this is our house. Don't you like my cup?
I do like your cup.
It's Pretz colors.
You're not a Stanley, you're a Yeti.
Well, everyone has the Stanley, and I thought it'd be really cool to have like a Stanley cup, you know? But then I was like, I just like the Yetis.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw those like that coming out, I was like, what does everybody have against the Stanley Cup? What is this?
I know.
Why is everybody freaking out? It's the best trophy. And then I was like, oh, they're arguing about a stupid freaking travel mug. I can't with these people. I don't no. Get on. No. Not interested. I'm a brewmate girl because
That's good.
It's leopard print. They have fun designs. And I like the twist top because then I know nothing's going to fall out.
Yeah.
And it keeps it just as cold. I don't like the pop on tops because those pop off and then you spill everywhere. So,
well, my Yeti has a pop off top. That was really hard to say. It's 10:15. This carries everything. There's water in here currently. Last night there was Jack Daniels. No one knows what's in my Yeti, but I just have it.
Exactly.
And you're going to know it's mine because it's yellow. So,
well, on that, let's just welcome everybody to the podcast. We're going to leave all that in. Welcome to the show. This episode 135. I'm one of your hosts, Rae.
And I'm your other host, Breezy.
And
what do we got?
It's here that neither of us choose the Stanley mugs, so come at us online.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, it's cool to be like, where's my Stanley cup, you know? But like, I'm automatically going to be thinking about something else, and I just can't do that.
No, I think hockey.
Yeah.
So bad. Actually, great opportunity for the NHL to jump on that and get some sort of like Stanley advertising, but here we are.
I mean, I'm down to try it if they want to help us out, but prove me wrong.
Yeah, Stanley, prove all of us hockey people wrong that you're the real Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Hashtags. Send us a free mug, thanks. Preferably in our team colors with our team logo. Yep, that would be great. Get a licensing deal.
Yep, or just a silver one, so it kind of looks like the Stanley Cup. So that'd be kind of cool too.
Ooh, what if they like printed the image of the cup around it?
Oh,
that I would rock.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome, branding marketing team at Stanley and the NHL. Just free marketing advice.
There you go.
Let's talk about let's do a little follow-up on the NHL All-Stars and the players who were voted in by the fans, which I just lost my tab that had all the players' names on here. So why don't you say something while I pull that back up?
Interesting. Obviously, Twitter was going off. You can clearly see that other individuals are being fan voted in at high numbers, and then they weren't even selected. I think it's just gonna go back to it's probably being rigged, just like the script is out for the NFL. So,
the what's out for the NFL?
The script.
Huh?
You haven't seen that? People are getting like notifications that plays are happening before they've even happened.
Oh no.
Yeah. And Trevor Lawrence came out and said that they couldn't write a better script, and it's because the Jags beat the Chargers, I think it was.
Right.
And it's like, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter to me because I'm all about Joe Burrow, along with every other girl in the entire world. So that's the only reason why I'm watching. I got my shirt ready for tomorrow's game, which is on Sunday, and my Joey boy, Joe Cool, is gonna dominate. And I don't care what anybody's going to say. And this is going to come out. And if he didn't win, he still dominated.
Okay, we'll see what the script says.
Yeah. The script is
Well,
going against him, but hey.
well, the hot guys can't always win, right?
Hell, he's winning all right.
Yeah, I'm sure he
He's
is.
my hunk of the week, and he's not even on
He's
the
not
House of
even in the
Hockey.
NHL.
Yeah.
Well, I found the link, guys. So the Central
Okay.
Division fan voted players that were nominated and were Mikko Rantanen and Nathan McKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche and Connor Hellebuck of the Winnipeg Jets. Moving to the Atlantic Division, Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs, shocker. David Pastrnak of the Boston Bruins, shocker. Uh, Andre Vasilevsky of the Lightning. He totally deserves to be there. He's incredible. Big cat. Metropolitan Division, Ilya Sorokin of the New York Islanders goalie. He was voted in. Adam Fox and Artemi Panarin of the Rangers were voted in. I agree with those choices. Stuart Skinner of the Edmonton Oilers and Leon Draisaitl of the Edmonton Oilers were voted in the Pacific Division, along with Bo Horvat of the Vancouver Canucks. None of my Blackhawks were nominated or voted in. That's fine. I'm over
I
it.
don't think I think I voted for Adam Fox on one of my submissions, but yeah, nobody I voted for went in, and I was voting every day, 10 times a day.
Yeah, rigged. Maybe.
What do you do?
I don't know.
But those all-star jerseys,
Okay,
that I can get behind.
ditto. First of
That I can
all,
get behind.
for the girl who is like anti any kind of off-brand jersey, I don't like
Yeah.
retro reverses. Most of the like alternate jerseys, I'm like, these, it's got pink in it. I'm wearing pink. It's got hot pink. It's like old school. It's my heyday of like childhood. I am all about this. I think I might have to buy one of these jerseys.
Yeah, they're sick. I mean, you got the vintage NHL logo. It looks vintage. You got the what is it? It's the teal and pink
Mhm.
represents not only the Miami sunsets, but the Miami lights. I think is what I read.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah,
is
so
so
South Florida
small.
sunset. Yeah, South Florida sunsets and the neon lights that you see down there. I think the mixture of the old school NHL logo, the vintage one, and the
Mhm.
colors, and it's the first time both teams have ever worn Eastern and Western on the jersey. So
Oh.
I think I read that. Um,
Yeah, since 2009 for the first
okay,
time.
got it. Okay, so there was a date in there, but whatever. Uh, they're they're sick. I love them.
Yes, it's Biscayne blue and flamingo pink.
I love it.
Okay, I guess there's reverse retro branding.
Yeah,
I
there is,
well, whatever. That
but it
doesn't
still looks
bother
good.
me.
It still looks good. I mean, you got to figure every like NHL All-Star jersey has been like kind of like plain cut dry. Like it looks the same. It just says like NHL on the front. You had like the neon greens, which I think I got because I love green, but um and I think I went to that game too.
The
No, I
LA
didn't.
one? Was it the LA one?
The Yeah, I went to the LA one. Um it's sick. I love it.
I
I
like
like the
it
white one.
too.
I like the white one. Collector? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of collector jerseys, just like my Matthew Tkachuk jersey from the Flames, and he was traded like 3 weeks later.
And Tyler Toffoli.
And Foley for the Habs. Those jerseys are just sick, though. I'm sorry. I'm keeping them. I'm a collector. An
You
expensive
are.
hobby to have, but that's okay.
Yeah. Like see, let me tell you the reasoning why I would like to buy one of these, because I think it's a good alternate option to wear when I go to games like where my team isn't playing. That
Right.
is like
Mm-hmm.
neutral, but like it's not going to get me any heat per se, especially if I don't put a
Mm-hmm.
team on it, but like we'll see how much they are. I didn't even look, but
Well,
let's see after I do my taxes, and then I'll be able to decide if I can afford
maybe.
another
And then,
jersey.
but I do have to congratulate you
Why?
because your Blackhawks were the first team on TikTok to reach 10 million likes. That's an accomplishment.
I don't know what we're posting on TikTok because I'm not on the TikTok. And how on earth is that possible when we've had like the worst season ever that we got 10 million likes on the TikTok? What are we posting on the TikTok?
Good stuff. Funny
What,
stuff.
like what?
I don't know. I'll have to find some and send them to you, but sometimes it comes on my feed and I like it. So I'm a part of those 10 million likes,
Thanks.
mainly for you. But
Do they have the
supporting you any
most
way I can.
of the NHL?
They're the first team in the NHL to reach 10 million likes on TikTok. So it doesn't mean that
Okay.
they have like 10 million followers. It just means that like people have liked uh, all of their videos, like totaling up to like 10 million.
Hey, I mean, at least we got something going for us.
At least you got something going.
We're dominating TikTok, but on the ice, we are not dominating. Well,
Maybe
thank
next year.
you. Good,
You're welcome.
good job, team. Go
I
team.
I I I clapped for you and I read that and I was like, I gotta congratulate her. That's an accomplishment.
Something that's not an accomplishment though, and sucks for two teams right now. This is when it really matters and the injuries really hurt is Max Pacioretty is out for the season with a torn Achilles again, and Cole Caulfield is out with a shoulder injury for the rest of the season. There was a couple other injuries I saw um, that were pretty major. There was another player on the Canadians, so you know, big names, guys you don't want out in the middle of the season. Not that I don't think the Canadians that's really going to impact them, but at least for the Canes with Pacioretty,
Mhm.
that's a little bit tough.
Yeah. And I think this time of year you do tend to see more injuries. I mean, you got a lot of games in, and it seems like injuries tend to happen, and teams are hoping that the All-Star break will help give players like an extra boost to heal up. So
Mhm.
it says that they're out for the season, but there is a chance that individuals do come back early. We did see Vander Kane; he healed quickly and came back early. There was a nice little moment with him and Maroon on the ice, kind of chatting it up. So
Yeah,
hopefully players can come back strong after the All-Star break, and if not, maybe at least make it back for the playoffs for the Canes. Maybe it's possible.
it is
You never know.
possible. And I appreciate your optimism always because the fans of those teams need that. Is it Pacioretty or Pacioretty?
Patch ready
I think I
because they
said
call
it
them
wrong.
patches. Yeah, patches.
Patches.
Yeah,
Pacioretty.
it's okay. I botch names all the time, and it's okay
It's okay.
because
We
I know
learn.
what they are. I just can't say them myself.
Yeah, and like when I'm looking at it and reading it, sometimes it like I
Yeah,
second guess myself and I shouldn't.
yeah. It's when I read names too. I'm like, what? Because they
Yeah,
look weird. We did that
yeah.
with a guest. I did that with a guest one time, and I still regret botching her name, but that's okay.
But I fixed it in post, so it's
You
fine.
did. You did. Just to her face, I said it, and she was like, it's
It's okay.
all good.
They
It's all
don't
good.
hold it against us.
No,
Uh we have to
wasn't the first
also
time, I'm sure.
no. We have to talk about two other things and then we will get to our hunk of the week section of this podcast. Uh the Joseph brothers both got penalties for high sticking each other.
Yeah,
And the
they
parents
did.
were
Did you
like,
see it?
yeah.
They're like brotherly love. I mean, it was funny. That's a great, headline for the week.
There's a good call on the refs to put them both in the box, I think.
Yeah, yeah, so funny.
Yeah.
I,
Sometimes we need those moments of levity and
yeah,
humor in it because it's supposed to also be fun. I mean, I know it's a
yeah,
professional sport and it's entertainment, but it's also supposed to be fun.
yeah. And I love the brotherly rivalry. I mean, obviously, I love watching the Kachuk boys go at it. I saw a TikTok video last night, and it was Matthew and Brady talking to each other, and Matthew read who would win if they dropped the gloves. And Matthew's like, no question, he'd kick the crap out of me. It's like little brother's gonna beat you up. It's so funny. But I think those are good headlines. I think that's what's making it fun, and I love to see the brothers on the ice, and this is a good example of it.
It is. This week's episode of the House of Hockey podcast is brought to you by 4 NFL teams, 2 conference championship games, and only a few more shots to win big on the playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 57, new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Not a new customer? You can feel the conference championship thrills with stepped-up same-game parlays. Take your shot at an even bigger NFL payout and boost your winnings with each leg you add up to 100%. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's THPN for the Hockey Podcast Network. New customers can bet $5 on the conference championships and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code THPN. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Have you shopped at Pure Hockey? They are America's largest hockey retailer with dozens of stores and the option to shop online. If you or any of your kids play hockey, Pure Hockey is the place to find just about all of your equipment, skates, sticks, gear, bags, jerseys, and accessories. Plus, Pure Hockey is one of our affiliate partners. Next time you break your hockey stick or your kid grows out of his skates, why not check out purehockey.com? While you are looking for hockey equipment, you can also browse around for merchandise from your favorite NHL team, you know who Breezy's and mine are, and make gift giving even easier for your hockey-loving friends and family. And do us a favor, use our special link for purehockey.com when you browse the site and make a purchase, because we'll receive a small commission, which helps me and Breezy create this podcast. Head to the episode's show notes for the special direct link to shop at purehockey.com. There's another really good example of Canada just being really Canadian in that Connor McDavid had a snowplow named after him by the city of Edmonton. I just saw that.
Connor McBladed.
I was like, it's just, yeah, of course he does. It's perfect. I'm sure there's a Gretzky somewhere in Edmonton as well, unless that snowplow is retired.
It's possible. It's going to end up in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
It's like the dad jokes are just writing themselves with that, you know? I mean, I can't. Yeah. People are buying McDavid socks. Was it CCM who gave him new socks? And he's...
Yeah. I think it was CCM.
Yeah.
Or Bauer? CCM, I think it was.
I think it was CCM.
But you could see when he pulled, he's like, new socks. I needed those. And he put it down like, I'm not going to wear them.
Just like so over it, trying his best not to tell everybody what he really thinks about it. And what are you going to do? You're Connor McDavid. Get used to it, kid.
Yep. Too funny.
I have 3 nominations for our Hockey Hunk of the Week.
Okay.
While I say these, did we get any responses yet in the short time that we posted?
I don't think so. I think it's been too soon. I just posted it.
Sorry, guys. We dropped the ball on that this week of getting your nominations in. But don't worry. We've got some for you. So
I'm going to look it up while you're reading.
You do that. Nomination number 1. I'm going to go with Steven Stammer, the Hammer Stamkos, because he scored his 500th goal this week. So he's nomination number 1. Nomination number 2, Ryan Miller from the Buffalo Sabres. His jersey number 30 was retired this week, and he was also inducted into the Buffalo Sabres Team Hall of Fame. And my choice of the week is the number 3 option, Coach Bruce Boudreau of the Vancouver Canucks. He gets Hunk of the Week for me because all the fans were chanting, Bruce, there it is. There's rumors flying that the poor guy is going to get sacked. I mean, they're the 3rd worst team in their division, so I don't know that deserves sacking, but he's got an emotional heart on his sleeve. He loves the game. He loves what he does, and he's my choice for hunk of the week.
Okay. Those are all great. I have to say that those are great nominations.
Okay. Did we have any fan votes?
Okay, so we have a submission.
For hunk
So
of the week
Chris
from
for
our
hunk of the
social.
week. Yeah, so Chris at All Tyler's Fault, who is a dear friend of the pod and a huge supporter of us for what we do as individuals, and we are a huge supporter of her for what she does, and she posts really great photos of NHL players. So if you're not following her, you should follow her. She nominated Bruce Boudreau for putting up with classless treatment by the Canucks in such a classy way. He's a different kind of hunk. Agreed.
We're all in agreement here, guys.
There you go.
Hunk of the week, I think, just goes to Boudreau.
To Bruce. Yep.
To
Brucey
Bruce.
boy.
You're welcome, America and Canada.
Every time I hear Bruce, I always say Brucey boy. And then it reminds me of that one scene in Matilda when little boy Bruce has to eat Miss Trunchbull's chocolate cake.
I don't know it.
Left field. All right, that was good talk. Nice chat.
Some of the people listening will know it, but yeah.
Geez, hunk of the week for me. I don't know. I will say, again, I'm all over TikTok, not posting, but just watching because that's my favorite platform. Obviously, congratulations again to the Blackhawks. I'm just gonna keep reminding you of that.
Thank you. It's the silver lining in my Blackhawks life.
There's a popular trend going around. I don't know if it's made it to IG Reels yet because the Reels seem to be a couple weeks behind. But it's sending my friends my hockey crushes and having them rate them.
Oh.
And so I do feel very proud that I think I have recruited a couple individuals to be hockey fans. Include those individuals would be my nephew's girlfriends. So yeah, Mariah went to the Mullet Arena to watch an ASU game because she goes to ASU, and then Sarah's become a Kings fan, and we've been going. She's on hockey TikTok now, and she really loves Jack Hughes because Jack Hughes is everywhere.
Yeah.
On TikTok, like he is everywhere on TikTok. So she keeps sending me videos of Jack Hughes, and he just has golden retriever energy. We sent each other hockey crushes and we rated them back and forth, and it was really funny. So I think my nomination will be Jack Hughes, simply based on golden retriever energy.
Okay. I support all 4 of these nominations.
And hopefully next week I'll have a report on the Mullet Arena for an ASU game.
Yeah.
Because I asked for it and I asked for pictures.
Maybe she can give us an audio voice note.
Oh.
I would love to include a little voice note action. Also, anybody's welcome to send in a voice note to our DMs on Instagram if you see my brewmate just fell over. But look, no water comes out because it's a super secure lid. We're going to tie it all back into the beginning of the podcast. Sorry. Get a voice note from Mariah for us. To include.
Yeah, I'll see if she'll send one over.
Yeah, a little 60-second report. Let's do it.
What's cool is I didn't realize that all ASU students get in for free to Mullet Arena but not for Coyote games.
Well, right.
But they may get discounted tickets. That's something we're trying to figure out because I was like, I really want to go.
Yeah.
So.
And if she can get you tickets for a fraction of the price, that'd be great.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's one other story we've saved for the end of the show that we felt pretty strongly that we had to include, and it's a interesting conversation. It's going to be probably a triggering conversation or upsetting, maybe not, I don't know, but it's probably going to evoke some kind of emotion. So as you guys know, last week we had Jeff McLean, who is one of the co-founders of Pride Tape, that was created to really help bring inclusivity into the NHL about the LGBTQ plus community. And all the teams in the league hold a pride night, and the Philadelphia Flyers held theirs this week. And one of the players, Ivan Provorov, decided to opt out of participating in the pregame warm-up and not wear the jersey, which had rainbow colors to support pride and the pride tape on the sticks. And it caused quite a stir this week with a lot of differing opinions. And I'm going to read Ivan's quote to the media of why he opted out. And he said that, quote, "I respect everybody and I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say." That's what he said after the game on Tuesday. Tortorella talked to him. Tortorella said that he did nothing wrong. And I'm sure everybody listening has their own opinion on it. But instead of bringing Jeff from Pride Tape back on, I pulled a clip for you guys to listen to. He was interviewed on the morning show, which is the global news Canadian morning show, about all of this. And I thought we could just sort of play his reaction and get his opinion on the matter, given that he is a person behind Pride and including Pride nights in the NHL.
Initially, my reaction was certainly disappointment, hurt, and frustration, working for the last 7 years on Pride Tape with many others who believe that hockey is for everyone. This negativity, such public display, I believe it was the first time in 7 years that someone had, publicly decided to not participate in the warm-ups with any of the teams. So I believe that, like many, that hockey should be for everyone, and I also believe that his actions and the widespread response generated was proof that we still have a long way to go. I think singling himself out in a team environment, to me, spoke loudly about his unwillingness to support the team's Pride Night, which is celebrating inclusion in the LGBTQ2S plus community. And I thought that if his values maybe don't support the night, that maybe he should have opted out the night.
And Jeff, remind everyone why you created the Pride Tape in the first place and its purpose.
Well, the team created Pride Tape 7 years ago, so we always say that so that one day we don't need Pride Tape and jerseys and other badges of support from the hockey world to the LGBTQ community. But Tuesday shows us and continuous homophobic language online when teams of all ages and all over the world are hosting a Pride Night. It's met with a lot of negativity, and that tells us that we need to keep moving. But we created Pride Tape so that individuals from the hockey world were able to create the rainbow on their hockey sticks, because for all of us that know hockey know that taping one stick is a ritualistic thing. It's personal, and it gives people the opportunity to show support for the community and the idea that hockey is for everyone, without even using words. And thankfully, we've seen 7 years of inspiring stories of how that visibility has brought people together. Many inclusive teams all over the world have started. There's been uplifting stories when they see tape on the sticks of their heroes in the NHL. It matters. They've started their own inclusive teams and leagues that are now striving. St. Louis just reached out before Christmas, Denver last week. The pro leagues in the UK are having a unified 10-team Pride Weeks coming up at the end of this month, and they're doing some really exciting things, again, with these badges of support to show the community that everyone belongs and that this is important.
Again, that was on the morning show, which is on globalnews.ca, which I believe is Canada somewhere, or global. I'm not entirely sure, but I think his response is warranted for sure, right? Being frustrated, disappointed. I mean, we've gone 7 years, like he said, without anybody opting out of it. But I really do think this leads to a bigger conversation about what does that really mean when you say hockey is for everyone? Not everybody's always going to agree about every topic or every thing that every team decides to support, right? Because the teams get to decide if they want to host these events or the various types of events they host each year, right? Like there's, I think, like a Dia de los Muertos event the
Hmm.
Kings do. There are Hispanic Heritage Nights. There are Native American nights. I'm sure that's probably not the right word anymore, but that kind of night where each organization gets to decide what they do. But I think it's important to keep this conversation going and also think about what does that really mean when you say hockey is for everyone? Does that mean it's also for Ivan Provorov? And does it also mean it's for, the gay player who's closeted? What does that really mean? And how can we all coexist together? And I think that's the bigger question is like, how do we get all of these people together and support one another and eliminate homophobic language, which I think is, I mean, that's like beyond that we're still like people are doing that
Yeah.
online and that there's racial slurs and things like that happening in a malicious way. That's just completely unnecessary and doesn't belong anywhere, let alone in a hockey. So
Hmm.
that's kind of where I stand on this and how I feel.
Yeah, I think yeah, I align with exactly what you said. I think that at the end of the day, it comes down to respect and respecting each other and opinions. And you may not always agree, but as long as you have respect for it, and are supportive in one way or another, that's the only thing that you can do. You can't force anybody to do anything, but you can educate people and make them understand the importance of your your view or your belief, and maybe that's a conversation that needs to be had, or more conversations need to be had to have a better understanding. But I think I 100% agree with what you said. If hockey's for everybody, it should be all inclusive to every individual, and just conversations just need to be had. And at the end of the day, that's the only thing that we can do is just keep talking about it, keep respecting each other, and keep supporting one another. And that's all we can do.
Yeah. And I mean, when you look at the league, there isn't a single out player in the NHL.
Hmm.
But like if you look at the women's side, I would bet you there are some and especially let's just take women's soccer for example, because we know for certain
Hmm.
that there are women that play soccer that are out and it's
Hmm.
not met with such hatred. And I
Hmm.
think that's what we really need to work more towards, just in
Hmm.
general, less hatred for people's differences.
Hmm.
Whether you are Ivan Provorov or whether you are a person of the LGBTQ plus community,
Hmm.
I think if we can eliminate some of that hate towards each other and just have
Hmm.
more of the understanding and not using homophobic words or choosing to treat people like that, it's that I think would be a win.
Yeah,
Because
I
we
agree.
support everybody here on this podcast, as you all
Hmm.
know. We
Yeah.
support we support women, we support minor league hockey, we support like double, triple, quadruple minor league hockey. We support, bringing awareness to everybody about everything that's going on in the hockey community. And sometimes these are hard conversations to have, and we've had them before, and we'll continue to have them, and just encourage everybody to be kind to one another. I think
Hmm.
that's ultimately at the end of the day what both you and I preach,
Yeah,
despite
exactly.
disliking teams or players or whatever. I mean, at the end of the
Hmm.
day, you know, we just try to be good people.
Exactly. That's all we can do.
And
We just got to be
hopefully
better every day.
be as good of a person as you can. Everybody's
Yes,
going through something.
Everyone's going through something. You just got to be optimistic and positive and nice. It costs $0 to be nice or be a good person.
Thanks for coming over to our House of Hockey podcast and hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And in the meantime, you can follow us on social media. Just look for House of Hockey podcast. We'll be back next week.